Hello friends, very good morning to all of you. So today we are going to discuss PF46, that is shell script. So I'll just help you to understand the basic Linux command I'll discuss, uh, which can help us basically in the log analysis. So I'll just talk on those basic commands, and I'll just show you few examples of script, like how you can build some script and how you can automate few of the jobs, like how you can just bring some report from the Linux. Those all things we can discuss, and yeah, I'll just show you maybe sample of few shell script that I have written in my previous project. So I'll just give you an idea of those scripts, like what are the use of those scripts and how you can also write. It's just a kind of basic programming also, only that you need to use the loop concept and the condition statement, and then you can just build those script. And yeah, you can just deploy in your server. And in the Linux, you have aware we have the cron tab, so using that you can just schedule your script so that it can just run, and yeah, like as per the scheduled time, and it can just perform the action, like whatever you have written in the script, right? Like in terms of report generation, in terms of any analysis of any log, particular log, any application log, like that. Okay, so yeah, we can discuss. Yeah, so let's begin. Let's discuss PF46, that is shell script. So for example, like before starting, I just want to tell you that if you are using any cloud product, like maybe you heard about P1AS, Ping1 Advanced Services, or like Ping1, or maybe Okta, or any other cloud product. So in that case, you can say that, like, yeah, like where I can use that the shell script knowledge or the Linux thing. So in industry, if you see how the things work, like maybe you have some cloud platform also, but along with that you have some on-premise system also. In generally, I'm talking. So for example, like you are using PingFederate on a cloud version, right? Like you have PingFederate like on the cloud side. That means like it's handled by the vendor itself. So you are not having the control on the servers and all. But at the same time, you are using a proxy server, maybe where you install your Apache. That is basically the front end of if the users are accessing from the internet. And then once user will cross the Apache, then they can land to the another load balancer, and then to the PingFederate. So in that case, people are in the proxy servers, maybe you see people are using Linux machines. So again, like if you have the knowledge, you can just work on that machine. You can just write some script to automate few jobs. So yeah, so if you are working in the IT industry, definitely this knowledge is going to help you. So in our area also, so we'll just discuss. I'm not able to just explain everything in the video, but I'll just give you a good idea. So maybe you can just if you get a chance to if you get some work, maybe don't hesitate to work that, just take that and just write the script, try debug that, and then just deploy in the server. It will work, right? Okay, so let's quickly jump to the notepad. I just written something which we'll discuss, and along with I'll just show you also in the Linux machine. Okay, so a shell script is a text file containing a series of commands that are executed by a Unix like operating system shell, such as bash, zsh, or sh. It is essentially a way to automate tasks and manage system operations through command line instructions. So there are few key points of shell script, about shell scripts. So the purpose: the shell scripts are used to automate a repetitive task, manage system operations, perform batch processing, and execute complex sequences of commands. They can be used for anything from simple file manipulations to complex system administration tasks. Then syntax. Shell scripts use the syntax of the shell they are written for. For instance, a script written for the bash will be used bash syntax. Common commands include file operations such as ls, cprm, text processing, grep, awk, sed, and program execution with a ./my program. Shebang line. A shell script usually starts with a shebang line. Example, you can see that /bin/bash, which tells the operating system which interpreter to use to execute the script. This line is optional but recommended for clarity. You can skip this line also, yeah. Then execution. To run a shell script, you typically need to make it executable with chmod +x script name .sh, and then execute it with script name .sh. Okay, this is the file you can create and you can run in this manner, and just change the permission also of that file to make it executable with the chmod command. Okay, then you have variables and control structures. So shell scripts can use variables, control structure like if, for, and while loops, as we have seen in normal common programming also, right? And functions to perform complex logic and calculations. Then you have error handling. Good shell scripts include error handling to manage and respond to issues that may arise during execution. You need to definitely, as again, it's the same thing. Like if you're familiar with the programming, it's not a very, it's the same thing. Like you just need to understand the commands and all. Okay, then you have portability. So while shell scripts are written for specific cells like bash or ZSH, they can often be made portable across different Unix-like systems if they adhere to standard commands and practices. So you can run in another Linux platform also if you are following the standards of the Unix system. Shell scripts are powerful tool for system administrators, developers, and anyone who need to automate tasks in a Unix-like environment. When we say automate task, now automate task is like, for example, like I just need to perform something manually, right? Like maybe I just need to check that what is the count for some application for a particular day. Like for example, I have a very critical application. Okay, in terms of single sign-on, I'm saying like you have like maybe 1,000 applications integrated in the PingFederate environment, and you have one critical application for an example which is very very critical. So you want to see that like for example, you are not using any kind of monitoring tool like Kibana, Splunk, which can just give the same data. But if, for example, if you are not having those tools available for now, and in that case also you just need to figure out that okay, what is the count like for a day or for an hourly basis for that particular application. So what you will do, you will just go to the server, you will just log into, you will just go to the maybe root, okay, go to the root and then just go to the log path, open that file which having the logs or SSO logs, and then you will just write some command which can basically just show you the application count for that particular day. So the same thing you can automate also by using a script, right? So whatever you're doing manually, you can just put everything in the script, in the Linux script file, and then just you can run that on some particular time, like maybe just let's run at the night or at the morning time. So it can just do the same thing what you're doing manually, but just it will be automated. And you have some cron tab, we'll discuss quickly in this session only, through which you can schedule your script. So maybe the script will run every morning 5 a.m, right, like that. So yeah, so that's the kind of automation what we are talking. Okay, now let's see the list of basic Linux commands that are useful for managing and navigating a Linux system. So you have file and directory operations, ls. So you can use list file and directories, ls-l or long listing format. ls-a includes hidden files. cd change the current directory. Many of you already know this, but I'm just giving a brief. So maybe if someone not have the idea, they can just have a look. Okay. Then you have cd / path to directory, so navigate to the specific directory. Then you have cd space ... that is move up to one directory level. Okay, move up one directory level. Okay, then pwd prints the current working directory. Cp copies of files or directories. Then you have cp source space destination, that means your copies of file from source to destination. Okay, cp space -r source underscore directory, destination underscore directory, that means copies the directory recursively. Okay, you're just copying the complete whatever the files present in the directory. Okay, from this place to source to destination. mv basically moves or renames files or directories. mv source space destination, that means move or rename a file or directory. rm removes file or destination directories. rm file deletes a file. rm space -r directory, that means recursively deletes the directory and its content, that means you're deleting the directory and the files under the directory. Okay, like that. mkdir, it's basically used for creating a new directory. mkdir space directory underscore name, that's create a new directory with some name you are putting. Then you have rmdir, that's removes an empty directory. rmdir space directory underscore name, that deletes an empty directory. Then you have file viewing and editing. There you have scat, you can use, that is concatenates and displays file content. You can use cat space file, that's source content of a file. You can use less command, which views file content one screen at a time. Less file opens a file or for paginated viewing. Okay. Head, you can use, displays the first few lines of a file. Head file, so the first 10 lines by default. tel display the last few lines. If you put tel file, shows the last 10 lines by default. Okay, or you can just define also, like just put tel -10 head -10 like that. Okay, then you have nano file, opens the file in nano editor. Vim file opens the file in the Vim editor. Okay, then you have system information, so you can use df displays disk space usage. You can use df space -s shows disk usage in a human readable format. Okay, like for an example, if you want to see the disk usage, I'll show you. Just go to the server. We are in the Linux server. Just put like, let me clear it, df space -h, right? Sorry, I put wrong. Yeah, so you can see about you're able to see the uses of disk, right? Def tmps, what size used, eval, use percentage, mounted on, so like that you can see. Okay, so then you have df-h. Okay, then you have du, that is split disk usage of files and directories. Du-h shows the sizes in a human readable format. Top displays real-time system process and resource usage. So top is also a very good command, like if I can show you. So if you just run the top, it can just continuously running, and it can show you the current data, like for the CPU, memory. Okay, PID user command, you can see what command is having, what how much memory is taking, what is the CPU percentage, like that. Okay, and just keep running. If you want to move out, just use Control C, will come out from there. So if you want your server to keep running also, like you can just put top, and it will just start, it will just keep running like that. Okay, it will not be shut down or maybe disconnect. Okay, then you have PS source current processes. PS UX displays detailed information about running processes. So PS, like it's just if you want to see the status of the current process, so like you just put PS, like if you want to see that the service status of ping, so you can just put PS-ef, put a pipe, grep space -i, put ping. Okay, ping is the like a service name, we have something, so if you just put, like you can able to see that your PingFederate service is running. Okay, so if you shut down, then you'll just able to see the like the single line. Okay, this line, not the complete thing here. Okay, so we may be aware that we have seen that while we are starting and all. Okay. So let's come out. So then you have free -s displays memory uses in a human readable format. Uname displays system information. Uname -a shows all available system information. Who am I displays the current user's name. So this is also good. Like if you just put who am I. Sorry, what is? Yeah. So who am I is the current user. So who is the current user? It's a root. Okay, then you have free -uname file permission and ownership. Like you can just use chmod change file permission. You can just give chmod 755. What it is going to do, that it will just you need to give chmod 755 space file, sets read, write and execute permission for the owner and read and execute permission for others. Okay, so 755. So owner, the first letter is for the owner, so owner have the execute permission. Okay, he can just do everything, right? Read, write and execute. And the other one, like 5 is like mainly for the read. Okay, so other person will just go and read that. Okay, so you have that thing. Okay, so this is the permission part. Like you can just give, like if you can just give chmod 777 to the file, that means the file have the like owner or the like I can say the group person or the reader, the member, basically they can all have the complete access to just make some changes to the file, right? Execute file or read, write, everything, right? So as per that you just need to handle this. So if you just 7 is for the like complete thing. Okay, read, write, execute everything. Okay, and here we have given read and execute for others. Okay, that person will not able to write anything here. So with the 5. Okay, then you have chown changes file owner and group. Like for example, if you can give chown user :group file, then what is happened, changes the owner and group of a file. Okay, if you want to just update like any like for example, if a file is like, if let me show you that. So like for an example, if I just show you some file. So we have, you can see right now we have the user and group is root is to root, right? So we can change it like if you want, like, but don't we know we're not supposed to, we don't want to change this SSO. Like, let's do one thing. Let's create a directory. Let's make a name as a test. Okay, now just open this. So you can see there is a test directory, and the user and group is to root and root, right? What we have seen there. Okay, user is to group. So first one is user, second one is a group, right? So what we can do now, let's change that something like I will just put chown and just change root to like something else like test user. So give test user to test user colon, like we are putting for the both person, right? There are two things here. One is the user, another is group. So for user and group both, we are just trying to give the permission to that file, okay, or to that directory, sorry. So chown test user colon test user, and then give the file name. What is the file name or directory name? Test. Now put enter. What happened? Invalid user, test user, test user. Let's do one thing. Like we have test, I just created a directory with the test. Now just try to change the user and group permission for the test directory. So what we'll do first, let's create a user here. User add test user. Okay, so we have added this user. Okay, so we have now test user is a user which is there in this directory. Okay, or not directly, I'll say in the server. Now what I'll do, I'll just use chown -r, and I'll just change the permission of the test directory. You can see test directory permission is right now root and root. So user is also root and group is also root. So I'll just change both to test user. So what I'll do, just put test user colon test user, okay, and then give the file name, so or directory name. So we have test. Now put enter. Now if you just go to lsLATRH, you can see that the test directory changed the permission of the user and group changed to test user from the root. Okay, so this is a use of chown command. Okay, then you have chmod for changes file permissions. Okay, chmod +x script.sh adds execute permission to a file. Then for the networking, you have few commands like ping checks network connectivity, ping host pings a specified host to check connectivity. Like you can just check connectivity from a Linux machine to like any other machine. Like for example, just you can put ping 8.8.8.8. okay, that's Google DNS server. So you can able to see that you will get a response from that the another server, right? So as you can see, 64 bytes from this, time equals to 1.35 millisecond, time equal to 0.0305. So it will keep running like that only. So we'll just stop this. So you can see, yeah, so 0% packet loss, right? So 16 packet transmitted, 16 packet received. So basically, yeah, you can just ping from one server to another server and see that, yeah, the connectivity test you can do. Okay, so that's a basic network command. Then you have ping host. If config or IP displays the config network interfaces. Okay, you can able to see the IP addresses and all. Then you have if config shows network interfaces older command, IP space a shows network interfaces newer command. Then you have netstat displays network connections, routing tables and interfaces status. This is very important command, netstat. We can see that in one of the script also. I will show you. Okay, so you can able to see all the connection and network established from this server. Okay, okay. Okay, then you have file search and find. So you can just use find command to search for files and directories. Find /path -name file name searches the files with a specified name. Grep, you can use searches for patterns in files. If you want to see some pattern in the file, you can use grep command. How we can use in the for the checking the status of PingFederate right now with the ps space -ef with the pipeline grep space -i ping. Okay, so grep pattern file searches for the specified pattern in a file. Locate, you can use quickly finds file by name. Locate file name, finds file by name. These commands form the basis of many tasks you might perform in a Linux environment and are fundamental for effective system management. So they are the general commands. Maybe you can just utilize this. You just need to know this so that at the time when you're performing something, yeah, you're not supposed to go and search everywhere, right? Just execute those things. Now you have awk command. It's a very powerful command and it's really doing a very good thing. I'll show you in the script like how we are utilizing this and how in the initial I just talked about one example, right? So if I want to get an application count for a particular day, so how I can get that? So this awk command is going to help there also, and you can just put that in the script also, so that like dynamically you can just able to get the application count for any of the application, not for any particular. So you just need to use that application connection ID as a dynamically, and then I'll show you in the script how you can utilize that with the if and the loop condition, with the conditional statement of if and then using the loop. Okay. So awk command in Linux is a powerful text processing tool used for pattern scanning and reporting. It's commonly employed to process and analyze text files and data streams. Awk operates on files line by line and can perform various tasks such as filtering lines, extracting fields, and performing calculations. Basic syntax for awk is awk space pattern curly bracket give action then file. What is pattern here? The pattern is the condition or pattern to match in each line of the file. Okay. The condition or pattern to match in each line of the file. What is action here? The operation to perform on lines that match the pattern. If the pattern match, then what action you need to take. And the file is the basically where you need to process, right? Which file. So for this pattern and action. Common example. So print specific columns. To print specific columns from a file, you can use awk with a apostrophe comma curly bracket print $1 comma $3, close the bracket and close this apostrophe comma and give file name. So pattern action. So this prints the first and third column of each line in file name. Okay, so you have a file. So maybe here you have multiple lines. So for each line, or you can say each row, it will just print the first and third column. Okay, then you have print lines matching a pattern. To print lines that contain a specific string. Okay, like awk pattern file name. This print all lines from file name that contain pattern. So it's a pattern is getting fine, that it will start going to print in all the lines. Okay, whatever line you have in the file. So that's a very strong command, right? So then you have the field separator. By default, awk uses white space as a field separator. To use a different delimiter, specify it with a -f option, like awk -f with a comma, print $1 $2 file name. So this uses a comma as a field separator and prints the first and second fields. Okay, so field separator, exactly what fields you want to separate. Okay, sum a column. To sum the values in the specific column, what you can do, just use awk sum plus equal to $1 and print some file name. So what is this? This sums of all the values in the first column, because your $1 here is there. Sum all the values in the first column and prints the result. Print sum. So basically, it's resulting the printing the result. Okay, but before that, what's doing? Sums up all values in the first column. Print line numbers. To print each line with its line numbers, you can use awk print nr comma $0 file name. nr is a built-in variable that holds the current record number, that is line number. Okay. You have conditional statement to print lines where the value in a specific column is greater than a threshold. So you can just use some condition also there, like awk with a comma, apostrophe comma, $3 greater than 50, then print $1 $3 file name. So this prints the first and third column where the value in the third column, because you put $3, is greater than 50. So you can put a condition also. Okay. Then you have formatted outputs, awk print. You can just put modulus 10s, like, just to give some spaces here, right? So this print the first and second column with the specific widths. Okay, you can define the widths like this. Then you have using awk with pipes. You can use a pipe like ls space -l, give a pipe awk print $9. So this list file name, because ls-l will just give you the file name, the 9th field from the output of ls-l. So ls-l will have the you can say that you have a like output where you have multiple lines in some file, but this list file names the 9th field because you put the $9, print $9, right? So only the 9th field from the output. Okay, so you can use the pipe like that. So how to extract logs for any time duration? Now this is very important. Okay, so that's where we need to use in our script also. As I told you, if you want to find the application count, how you can do that, right? So here it's talking about the logs. So similar thing, we just need to use some multiple thing there. So in the logs, what do you need to do? You just need to use awk command, then give with the apostrophe like $0. You can define $0 and like greater than equal to from, and $0 less than equals to 2. Okay, so from and to you defined. okay, greater than and less than. Now define the from and to in the date and time stamp. What as per your logs, in the logs, if you have some time defined, okay, date and time, whether it's a year month day, or year day month, like that. So as per that, just define the from and to, and then just give the file name of the log, where exactly your log is present. Just give the complete path, like opt sso PingFederate 1211 PingFederate log, then you have the file name. So what it will do, it will just, from this audit log, maybe you have maybe thousands of lines, okay, and for the complete day, for 4th of September, but it will just extract from 4th September to 4th September 10 minutes of log only. You can see from 4th September 10 to 4th September 10:10. So for 10 minutes only, it will just extract the log, and maybe you can just put it somewhere, or you can just keep it like this also for your analysis part, right? For example, you want to keep this, if you want to store the extracted log in any file, then just use the same thing, but just give the angular bracket like this, and then give the path where exactly you need to store, like give the file name. If you can see tmp audit file.txt, okay. So now, how to extract logs for particular application? Now, if you, here we are just trying to extract the logs, but if I want to particular application, then I just need to find a pattern in the log file. So for that, it's a simple thing what we discussed. Use the grep command. So where you define the path, that is good. Put a pipe, okay, this pipe, and then give grep space -i, give the application ID like this. So what it will do, it will just grep that pattern and then show you. And if you want to store somewhere, just put a angular bracket and store it somewhere. Okay, that is very useful thing for the awk, what we have used, like to find the application count, to find the response time for any particular time, like that. So many things are there. How to find the real version or Linux in the system? So less etc OS release, you can use this. That's a basic thing. Now you have in Linux, you have the $? Command. It's also very important. This basically question asked to me in one of the interview, and it's good, right? Maybe you need to know, right, what exactly it's doing. The $? variable used to check the exit status of the last executed command. The exit status is numerical value returned by a command to indicate whether it succeeded or failed. This value is crucial for scripting and troubleshooting, as it helps determine if the previous command executed correctly or if there was an error. Okay, like you can see, understanding $? So you have success as a 0 and failure as a non-zero. So if the command executed fine, then you will get a 0. If it's a failure, like the last command is not executed, then you can see like you have a non-zero value. So the common code is like for 0 for success, 1 for general error, 2 is for misuse of cell built-ins, 1 to 6 command found but not executable, then 127 command not found, 128 invalid argument to exit. So these are the common exit code, and you can use in your script also. Like you can see in this script example, like you just run a command like cp file1.txt with some just copying the file to some directory. Now you're just taking the condition check if the command succeeded or not. So you're putting if $? Equals 0, then file copied successfully, else failed to copy file. So you can use in the script like this to check that, okay, the command executed or not. If you're getting 0 with the $? That means executed. If not, it failed, right? So like this. Key concept in shell scripting, you have the shebang what we discussed. Variable, store and use data within script var equal to value. Conditional statement, control flow based on conditions. Like here, like you need to start with the if, and then you need to end with the fi. I'll show you in the script, right? Or you can see here, like in this, right? The if condition started here and ending with the fi. So like this, we are defining the cell. Then you have the loops, that is repeat actions, like for, then you have do done, then you have while, then you have do done, right? Like this. Okay. Then you have functions, group commands into reusable blocks. Then you have file operations, like perform task on files, like example fb, mv, char, ls, like this. Now this is a basic script, hello world script. So yeah, like I'll just show you, like let me copy this. Let's go to the server and let's create a file here also, not a problem. Just put vi and put a file name like hello world. Okay, so with the vi, what is going to happen, you're able to open this file. Okay, now you can just put the I button, like that is insert, and now then you can copy the things that you copied from somewhere, right? So we are putting like echo hello world, right? So we just this is a simple shell script that prints hello world. So we are just echo, with the echo command you can able to print something, right? How we are doing it, the system out println in the Java, and print ln like printf with the in the C programming, right? Like that. Now just save this. So first just put esc, then give colon, and then give wq, write and quit. So it's going to save. Now you have the file saved. Now just open and check that. So I can see the hello world is, the permission is like rw, read and write only, not executable function for the owner also here, right? So what we can do, we can just use the permission like chmod 755. So for owner we are just giving the permission to execute also. Okay, 7 is for execute, right? And but here I can see it's a read and write only. Okay, not execute. That means it's a 644. 4 is for read. Okay, so just give chmod 755 and give the file name hello world, put enter. Now if you can go there, you are able to see it's executable for the owner. Okay, this file. Now let's run this script. So now we haven't saved this file in the sh, because script you need to save with the .sh. It's just a file. So what I can do, I just rename this mv hello world, then put hello world again, and then give .sh. Now I just converted this file into a script extension. Okay, hello world.sh. Okay, if you can open, you can just use the less command and then just open this file. You can able to see the content, right? So it's a echo hello world only. Okay, that's fine. Come out with the Q button. Now let's run this. So for running, what we can do, like just put dot / put the file name of script hello world.sh and then just enter. So you can see what is printed hello world. Okay, whatever you just put in the script file. Okay, so this is the way you need to run the script. Create a file, put the content, just save this with the .sh. First you just need to create the file with the hello, any file name with .sh, and then just use insert button from your keyboard, add the content, just save that file with the, first you need to put esc from your keyboard, then colon, then wq, write and quit, and then your file saved. Then now after that, just make that file executable with the chmod 755 for the owner, and then just run this command / and then script. Okay, like this. Okay, this is the way. So let's come. So like this, you can just build multiple script, right? Like it depends like what is your requirement. So for example, you can, if you want to see the disk usage, right? So you can just use the script like echo disk usage for the root file system. You're just printing this thing, and then the command is df-h. That means you using this script, you are able to see get the disk usage of the result of that server. Then you have script to backup files. Okay, so you can just use this script file, right? Like to basically create a backup file. That means like you have like file and file 1, right? And if you want to just take the backup of file 1 to put it somewhere, so that maybe if the file 1 is deleted, like we have the backup. So this is the way you can do this, right? So yeah, what this script is doing basically. So you have this script creates a backup of the specific directory. Okay, so first it's like check if exactly 2 arguments are provided. If okay, $# not equals to 2, then echo uses source directory backup directory. That means you need to give the source directory backup directory while running the script. Okay, then just closing this condition of this if statement, then just source _ dir is equal to $1, backup _ dir is equal to $2. So you just keep the source directory as $1, backup directory is $2. Now you just define the date, then the backup file with the backup something. Okay, this using this backup _ dir, then like this we using the date command, and then you are just doing create a tar.zz archive of the source directory. So you're just archiving the source directory with the tar. This is a command tar for the archiving part. Tar space -czf backup file source directory. Okay, so it basically just take the archive of the source directory in the backup file. Then you can just print that with the echo backup of source directory created at the backup dollar file. What is the file name? Okay, so like this you can do. Okay, then you have the script to print system information. So yeah, you can just use ecosystem information host name like this with df-h. Okay, so then you have hourly. So that the script what I'm talking about, like this hourly data monitoring cell script, what we created like in our one of the project. So what this script is doing, like it's a similar way. Like if I want to get the result of any application in my, like for example, I have 1000 application integrated with PingFederate, and if I want to get the data, hourly data of any application, so how I can do that? So awk command is really going to helpful. But before awk command, what we need to do, first you can just put like like check if exactly two arguments are provided. So just use if $hash not equals to 2, then print usage message and exit if the number of argument is not 2. So you just want the condition like there are two arguments should be passed from the user. So how user can pass? So you just need to run the script like whatever the file name, like dot / file name .sh. Then with the space you need to pass two arguments. Argument means you just need to give the date and the application ID. So date is the one argument and application ID is another argument. So these two things we are asking from the user, because we don't know for which date and for which application user wants the data. So that two things we just asked dynamically from the user that hey, just enter this as an argument. Now once user just put like run the script with argument as a date and application ID, then what we can do, like we can just print the first and second arguments. Okay, we are just printing first thing, and second thing assigning the second argument to the variable entity ID. So we are putting entity ID is equal to $2. So user is passing two arguments, right? So for example, user just run the script like this, what I'm trying to show you. So dot / hourly script .sh, and then user will put the date like 04092024, and then application ID like salesforce.com. okay, like this. User will just run the script like this. So two argument is this, like first argument is date, second argument is $2 with the salesforce.com. okay, now let's jump to this. So entity assign the second argument to the variable entity ID $2. So we just took the second argument in the entity ID. okay, now third thing what we are doing, convert the first argument to the format year like year month days. So what we are doing, date _ 0 is equal to $date -d. So date whatever the user has entered. So date space -d $1 plus modulus y modulus month modulus d. Right? That means we are basically just converted the whatever the user has put the date, whatever the format, we just take that and then we converted that into that year month days, because maybe our logs in that format only, right? Due to that reason only. And we put that in date _ 0. This is a variable. Now create a file name based on the formatted date. So we are just trying to create a file name on the formatted date, whatever date user has put, or maybe whatever we just took it from here. So you can say file _ name is equal to, take another variable file _ name and then given with the double quotes audit and then date. That means because our log is in the that format only, like audit dot something dot log. Maybe if you say in general also, if you can see in PingFederate, once the date has been passed, you can just convert that file to with this naming convention only, right? Audit dot something dot log, like audit dot date dot log. So we're just putting that only. Okay. Then you have append 9 to the date string and convert it to seconds since epoch. Okay. So now we are trying to get the hourly count for that particular day, for the whole day, right? Like maybe if our log starting, maybe for an example from 5 to 5, like from 5 a.m. time the log is getting started, like rotated you can say. So we just need the data from 5 a.m. to the next 5, right? The 24 hours. So that's why what we are doing, we just put date _ 0 is equal to date _ 0 as a 5. Okay, 5 means like the starting from the 5, and date _ 0 is equal to $date -d date 0 plus, basically we converted into a second. Okay. Then like print the generated file name and converted it in epoch seconds. Okay, that means we are just echoing the file name and date. Okay, then initialize the counter for hours. So we just need to get the data for 24 hours. So initialize the counter like from 1 to 24. So let's put I is equal to 1 and take it less than equals to 24. So start the loop now. So loop through each hour of the day. So we use the while loop. So while $i less than equal to 24. So 1 less than equals to 24, then it's fine. Then it will come in the body. First it will just convert the current epoch time back to the human readable date format for the from time. So because we just need to use the awk command, right, to get the data for an hourly basis, right? So for example, from 1 to 24, like we just need the data, right? So 1 hour. So from like 5 to 6 we need to check, like 1 hour, like in 1 hour equal to 3600 seconds, right? So we just need the data like from 1 hour, then we'll again move from next 1 hour, next 1 hour. So for 1 hour, like we have some two, like from 5 to 6 a.m. So 5 to 6 we can use the awk command that I discussed before, and we can just get the application count for that particular application. Okay, so that's what we're defining from underscore 0. Okay, and then increment the epoch time by 3600 seconds. Now we are putting det underscore 0 is equal to det underscore 0 plus 3600. That means from underscore 0 is something like, take example 5, and then the det underscore 0 is like just 1 hour. We just epoch time by 1 hour. Okay, in the seconds. This is also in seconds only. Okay, then like convert the updated time back to human readable date format from the to time. So 2 underscore 0 is equal to det hyphen d at the rate det underscore 0 plus modulus f modulus t. So human readable date format we are just converting again. First we just converted into a second part, and then again converting into the human readable format, right? So from underscore 0 already we have defined, it's in the human readable date format, and again we are doing same thing for 2 underscore 0 also. Okay, now once you have the from and to, you can just run the awk command, right? So the value is equal to dollar. If you remember, we just use the same command, awk $0 greater than equal to from and $0 less than equal to 2. Just define from and to, give the file the log path with the file name as a dollar, because it can just take dynamically from audit whatever the data user has put it, and then put grep space hyphen I dollar in entity ID, because entity ID is equal to $2 whatever user used, and then put a pipe wc hyphen l. So wc hyphen l will just give the count. Okay, count of that. For an example, like you're just taking the if you're just going to the log file and trying and greping this entity ID, greping any application ID. So in that you are able to see the multiple lines, or like you can see just you will see multiple counts for that application. So you can just count that line by using wc-l command. Okay, so we just put wc-l. So this is going to give us the count of the application for that particular hour, like from 5 to 6. And then counter will increase, and again it will just go like that only. That I value become 2. So again it will change like, and then again it will just increment the det underscore 0 to plus again, because det underscore 0 is now the new value, right? That's 6. So again it will become 7, and from underscore 0 will become the 6. So like that it will go in the loop only. Okay, and then you can just print the hour counter from 2 lines and the count of occurrence, like you can just display echo $I. Okay, $I means $1, the first one. From underscore 0 you can see that time will display like 5 a.m. 2 underscore 0 will be the 6 a.m. and the value, that is basically this is a variable where you are just getting the count. So you have 2 underscore 0, from underscore 0, and the value. These are 3 important things. So you can display here for each and every time. So for the loop 1 you have this data, for loop 2, so there will be 24 loops will run in a day, and it will just give us the data. And you can increment the hour counter like this, I equal to $I plus 1, and then put it done once it completed all the loops, once the I value become 24. Okay, so like this is the script like we built. And then you can trigger this in the mail also, like once you have the like file ready, you can just use the command, like this is the mail trigger. You just need to open that SMTP port, but you can just use echo hyphen e, like you can just put hi team, like please find the attached hourly count report which needs to be sent to the client after proper analysis, and just put a signature, and then just with the pipeline just mail x hyphen s, put a subject and hyphen a for the attachment. So you can just attach that file and send a mail to some particular person of your team or any group DL. But this is a thing like it's a example I just shown you. Okay, where you're just taking the 2 arguments from the user, and then just defining det underscore 0 from like 2 underscore 0 and from underscore 0, and then just getting the value, and then just putting in a loop so that it can just start counting from that time, like to from starting. And we have defined the det underscore 0 already at the 5, because we just need the data at the 5 starting from 5 only, because at the time when our log is getting rotated. So it can start from 5 and it can go like next 5 like that, in an hourly basis. So this is example, right? So you can do this manually also, right? It's not a big thing. You can just go to the server, you can just put the from underscore 0 time in the awk command what we have seen. You can define the from underscore 0 to underscore 0, right? Or from like if you can see the command here, yeah, you can just define like this. Okay, and then you can just run, right? You can just able to get the data. Okay, in the from 2 you can define the like from underscore 0 to underscore 0. You can define manually the time, put the log file, use the grep command, use the wc-l command, you can able to get the data. But you need to just do this 24 times, right? You just need to go to server, need to run every time, right? You just need to, it will take more time, right? So to reduce the time, you need to build a script. So this is a very good example. The thing which you will do with 24 times, you can just automate this also. Like I'll just show you how you can automate this also. Like for example, first you definitely need to build a script which can just if you run that, you can able to, with the argument, you can able to see the data, and then you can able to automate this also by using cron tab command. But yeah, here we are just taking the input from the user, so we need to see how we can just fit that also in the automation thing. But okay, but yeah, if that is possible, then yeah, you're not supposed to do anything. Yeah, you just need to schedule your script, and script will run on a given time, and it can just give the data to the mail, and the people can have a look on that. Okay, yeah, this is the cron tab only it came. So cron tab is utility in Unix line operating system used to schedule and automate the execution of a script or commands at specific time and intervals. Okay, so this cron tab, using this, you can just able to schedule some script, right? When you want the script to run, maybe morning 5 a.m., evening, or every 5 hours, every hour, like that. So you have the command right in the cron tab. This is available on the Linux machine. So you can see this is the way. This is the 5 stars. You can see, so all 5 stars have some meaning. So this star have the day of the week, like 0 to 7, like Sunday is both 0 and 7. Then you have the second one is month, 1 to 12. Third one is displaying day of the month, that is 1 to 31. Fourth one is hour, 0 to 23. And fifth one is minute, that is 0 to 59. Okay, like that. So now let's see a few commands for the cron tab. So cron tab -e will just open the cron tab file in the default text editor. That means if you want to edit something in the cron tab, then you need to use cron tab space -e, and then you need to just define the, like you just need to add that command, right? Like cron tab, whatever you want to just define. I'll just show you like few examples. Cron tab -l, you can able to list the things, right, in the current cron tab. Cron tab -r will just backup and restore. Okay, and the cron tab -l, like yeah, load the cron tab from a file. So example of cron jobs. So for example, like if you want to run a script every day at midnight, so you need to use this command. So first, like what you need to do, like you just need to define this 5 star what we have seen in the top. You need to first define the values here. So we have given this 0 as this 0 and put all the 3 as a star. So first 0 and second 0 is displaying what, if you can just see that. So first 0 is like minute 0 to 59, so you are putting this as a 0 minute, and second one is a hour 0 to 23, so you are putting again 0 hour also. So 0 minute 0 hour is the midnight only. Okay, and remaining things we are not defining because you want to run the script every day at midnight. So you just define this as a 0 0 0 minute 0 hour, and then 3 star, just keep as it is, and then give the file name with the script exactly where your script is there. Like you can see this is the path and your script is there where exactly this is present, and this entry runs script.sh every day at midnight, as we have seen, right? Then you have every hour, so you can use 0, right? Script every Monday at 5 a.m, right? So you can use this 5 and this 1. So what 5 and 1 here represents, so if you can just see 2 and 5, you are able to see that. So 2 is like for the hour, so you put as a 5 hour. Okay, so second one is 5 you put, right? And the last one you put at a 1. So last one is 1 for the day of the week, so it's a Monday. So Monday, every Monday at 5 hour. Okay, so every Monday at 5 a.m. it will run. Okay, like this every 50 minutes. So yeah, you can put like star /15. So you can see run a command every 15 minutes. So every 15 minutes, like if you can see this, the first one is showing the minutes 0 to 15. So you just need to tweak this only, that because you want to run the script every 15 minutes. So you just need to use star /15. Okay, every 15 minutes, not at 15 minutes, every. Okay, so you need to give star /15 and remain, just keep as it is. Okay, so it will run the script every 15 minutes. Like this, you have to understand this. And if you can just see this is one of the good example, like run a command every 5 minutes between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. Every 5 minutes you need to run a script between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. Okay, so now you have the 5 thing here. So every 5 minutes, so we need to define the first one with the star /5, because every 5 minutes is there. Now it's talk about between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. So if you can see the second thing in the cron tab, so second thing talking about the hour 0 to 23. So it says 9 a.m. and 15 p.m. So 9 means like, so we just need to define in the hour section only, right? So our section should be like as it is displayed here. 9-17 because it says 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. between, so 9 to 17, so 9 is the morning and 17 is the evening, so 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. 9 to 17 every 5 minutes, so */5, and you are not supposed to touch the another thing. Okay, this questions might asked in the interview also, right? People can ask you, right, hey, I just can you write me a cron tab if I want to run a script every 5 minutes between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. So you just need to showcase in, like, yeah, this is the thing I just need to use, this is the cron job I need to use to configure this script, to run this script in this time between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. in like every 5 minutes. And you have this special string for reboot, daily, hourly, like this. Okay, and you have some examples, like you can just run a script, like if you want to run a script at system startup, when your system start, if you want to run a script, you can just use this also special string, like at the rate reboot, and then give the script file. So as the system will restart, your script will also restart. And error handling and logging. Okay, you can just to capture the output and errors from a cron job, redirect them to a log file. Okay, so for example, you have this cron job, and then you just redirect this to a path to log file .log 2 greater than and 1. So what is this? So this angular bracket path to log file appends standard output to the log file. Okay, that's true that whatever the output you're getting, it will append to the log file, and then 2 greater than and 1 redirects standard error to the same location as standard output. Okay, redirect standard error to the same location as standard output. So it can handle in this way. Okay, so you have this. So yeah, basically you just need to understand the commands. Okay, and then you need to think like if I'm doing something as a repetitively, so how I can automate this using script, and if I can just schedule that script, that is also a very good thing. So how I can use cron job. So first thing, you need to understand the commands, basic commands, everything. Second thing, what task you are doing, like as a repetitive, just try to understand that, and then just plan to build the script and then automate that using cron job. Okay, so I hope you understand this. If you have some question, please put in the comment section, and we can just jump to the next section and we can discuss the PowerShell script. Okay, so in PowerShell also we just need to discuss a similar thing. Okay, like we need to understand basic commands, we need to understand how we can write a script, PowerShell script, and then we can see how you can schedule that using task scheduler. Okay, yeah, thank you.